Yes, welcome family.
Welcome.
Welcome. This channel is long overdue. Um, uh, we we introduce ourselves.
We are the Matherans.
Yes, yes, yes. I am Mr. Lucian for life himself. Yes, and you are.
I am Dana.
All right. So we have Miss D, and we have Mama Africa. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So we're coming to you with a long overdue
YouTube page, YouTube channel.
yes. On
Yes.
our page we'll be doing a lot of conversational pieces,
Yes.
a lot of podcasts.
Yes.
We'll just do all kind of conversations.
Listen, there will be no limit to what we talk about. Will there be any limit to what we
No
talk about?
limit.
So we'll talk about everything. So and if there are things that you want us to talk about, definitely like, subscribe, and do what?
Comment and you can ring our
Boom.
bell.
Boom. Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. And so yes, and so our YouTube channel is One World.
Different opinions.
Lord of mercy. Boy, we have a few of them. Yes. One World, different opinions.
Yeah.
And so, like we said again, we're going to be talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. And so, we're going to start off with the beginning. And not necessarily the beginning of our existence, but the beginning of our relationship, but marriage. Okay? Relationship slash marriage, whatever, marriage slash relationship, whatever slash comes first, it doesn't matter. Okay? And so we're going to start by talking about my experiences when I first came to America.
And my experiences when I first went to St. Lucia.
Lord have mercy, y'all buckle up. This is going to be
Buckle
crazy.
Up, it's a ride.
I am in for some blows. But don't worry, St. Lucia. I will defend you.
It's not that many blows because St. Lucia is beautiful.
Yes.
But there are some differences.
Yeah, but don't worry.
Stay tuned.
Don't worry. So, ladies are always first. So now, you tell us, what was it like for you when you touched down on the most beautiful island or country in the world called St. Lucia, aka
of the West?
Yes, Helen of the West, indeed. Yes. What was it like for you?
So I have to say, St. Lucia is indeed beautiful.
Now, hang on there. Because I feel a butt is coming.
But
Lord have mercy. Blows.
There are some culture shocks.
And what's what?
One of the major culture shocks is turning on the faucet, but no running water.
Boy, I tell you, blows.
Culture shock. I'm used to wherever I go, it's without a thought. I can turn on a faucet and there's water, like it's second nature. But to have to go and get water is different, I have to say. Major difference.
Wow.
What you got to say?
All right. I'll deal with that in a little bit. The shock for me was when I first came here. I first came to America in '97, and I came. It was winter had begun, and the shock for me was coming from the Caribbean, where you don't even know how to spell the word jacket. Okay, you don't know what a jacket is. None of those things. So when I first got here and first landed, and was walking at the airport, all I had on me was some Rastaman boots, some short pants, a t-shirt, and a straw hat. Yes, you could tell I was coming from the Caribbean. And so, as the doors opened, I just stood still. I froze because it was cold. I was not prepared for it at all, at all, at all. Not only was I not prepared, the guy who came to pick me up didn't even have the decency to bring me a jacket, knowing full well it was cold. So yeah, that was not something that I cared for at all, at all, at all. Still to this day, I hate winter. Yeah, I like my warm weather, and I still love my short pants, flip flops, and t-shirt. I'm good with that. Yeah, go ahead. I see I wasn't too hard on America.
No, he wasn't too bad.
No, but I'm coming though. Go ahead.
So, my next culture shock was, almost everywhere you go,
Please don't say it.
you have to walk. There's no transit. If you don't have a vehicle, no, I have to say this.
No, go ahead. Say no. Go ahead. Say what you really want to say. Speak your heart. This is
I
what
have
this.
to say
Yes,
this.
raw and uncut. We're not clipping nothing.
They do have transit vans, but
Yeah.
they only go certain places. So if you don't have a vehicle, wherever you go, you have to walk in the heat, 550-degree weather. It's almost like St. Lucia is sitting on the equator. It's that hot.
We're close. All right. My shot now. I can fire a shot now.
Yes.
All right. But what she did not mention to you guys was the fact that the reason we were going to walk just over 2 miles, okay? Just over 2 miles. The
I'm gonna sit up
reason
on this one.
that we were going to walk is because I wanted to experience back home, St. Lucia, like, I did as a child. So I did not want to rent a vehicle. I did not want to, do the norms that people who leave back home and go overseas and do. I wanted to feel and be like a local. So the problem was me trying to get her to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when
Culture shock.
Yeah, that's when a little all hell broke loose. Trying to get her to walk 2 and change miles.
But let me tell you what's crazy. We were walking from what's called the Gap.
Yes.
So I've never been to St. Lucia in my life. So we're walking. The good Lord had to be with us because we got half a mile down the road, and this guy pulled up, and he said, "Hey, I know you." So my husband said, "No, you don't know her.
What?
You don't know her."
What? Her first time here, you talk about you know her? Good.
He said,
Where you going with that, man?
said,
Come on.
I know you. I've seen you. I know you. You so and so. I said, no. He said, come on, get in the car. I'll take you out where y'all need to go. Whoo, listen, that was nobody but the good Lord. Listen, when we got in the car, we drove another 2 miles down the road to get where we needed to go. But he said it was only 2 miles from the Gap. Nah.
Can I defend my country?
Defend your country.
The guy was a lifesaver.
Yes, he was.
Because let me tell you this. Listen, she's the daughter of a preacher, right? And let me tell you this. Her brother is a minister, a preacher as well. And her mama can kick up and preach too. Right? And do whatever. And she was cursing me under her breath. Listen, when I tell you she was vexed, listen, she was hot. Listen, hot with me, man.
Listen.
Vex. And I keep trying to tell her, no, man, it's just it's right around the corner.
He said it's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Lying.
Listen.
Lying. Straight in my face lying.
Yo, again, remember, it wasn't my fault, I wanted, for those of you who know Chiroshe
No,
Mikud,
no. Then let me tell you. When we start walking, he said, "Oh no, we could just go right up here, and then we'll catch the other bus." Knowing good and well there was no other bus.
No.
Then one of his friends came by with her husband,
Yep.
and they stopped. I said, "There we go."
big up Yo-Yo. Big up Yo-Yo on her husband. They a
You know-
classmate of mine. Yes.
You know he let them go.
Yeah.
Oh, I was steaming.
Listen, she was
Oh,
vexed with me.
listen, I was.
Listen, when I say vex, boy, the marriage was on the rocks, boy. Because of that, boy. Cursing me under her breath. The preacher daughter, you know, cursing me under her breath, boy. But what I wanted her to experience, if any of you, those of you from back home or who have been to St. Lucia, understand that, you know, it's a different vibe. But when you go back home, you want to experience back home. Maybe I pushed it a little bit because it was the first time.
Well, then tell me that.
Yeah, I pushed it a little bit because I was like, yeah, boy, I want to walk from the Gap. You know,
When
the
we
Gap.
got to his parents' house, his daddy laughed so
Yeah.
hard. So hard. He said he was going to have you walk from where? I said, yeah, from the Gap.
Listen, whoever that guy is, I don't know his name, but if you watch this
I couldn't tell
video,
you who he was.
listen, I appreciate you because you saved me a tongue lashing for 200 chin miles, whatever.
Oh, now it's two and some change, man.
It was 200 change. It was 200 change. For those of you who know, from Chiroshe Mikud to Mikud or the Gap, or when we say the Gap, we mean where you go and pick up the bus to go to the city or to the south of the island, either to the north of the island or the south of the island. So that's where you go. So we call it the Gap. The Gap is where, you know, the country road, as you all want to call it, the country road, you know, meets the main highway, which is the main artery from the south to the north on the East Coast. So yeah. So my turn, right? My turn. Listen, let me tell you something. When I got to my apartment, right? Them fellas, number one, they didn't tell me it was winter. So I had no jacket. I couldn't spell jacket. Remember that. I couldn't spell jacket. I got to the apartment later, but maybe about 12 or 11 or 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Okay? Got to the apartment. It was freezing. Okay? Freezing. And we look at each other and neither one of us can turn on the heater. Because again, you don't have heaters in the Caribbean. Okay? There's no heater.
You don't have a physical heater, but you got some heaters because it's just hot.
It's good for the body. What kind of vitamin is that? What kind of vitamin is that the sun gave?
I can take a pill for that.
No. We get it. We love it. Our thing natural. You all know this. We love our thing natural. So we got there. Now I'm already frustrated because the ride was the longest ride I've ever had in my life. Okay, from the airport to the place. It's like 45 minutes. I'm like, dude, I'm telling the guy, yo, brethren, where are we going? Because I'm like, the car just keep going. And then after a while, I saw nothing but it was just pitch black. Okay, dark. You know? So I'm really frustrated because I'm coming to America. Coming to America to show my royal oats. Right? So I'm thinking, yo, I am coming to bright lights, big city, and this man taking me to a place. When we say country in the Caribbean, we're talking, you know, little houses, some big houses, you know, country road, you know, maybe a little pothole here and there. But when we say country, we're talking a river. We're talking fruit, mangoes, you know, falling all over the place, sugar cane, and that kind of lifestyle. Goats and sheep and them type of vibes. Okay?
And mosquito.
Mercy. So you all have the mosquito in America?
Y'all got mosquitoes year round.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Thank God for some cold weather in America because Lord have mercy. Listen, let me tell you this.
Those mosquitoes?
Yes, mosquitoes back home are bad. But listen, the ones here ain't easy either, you know.
And you're right. You're right. The ones here ain't easy.
Listen,
but I don't
man.
have to deal with them. Listen, I don't have to sleep with a net over my bed
True.
to keep out the mosquitoes.
True. But guess what? Back home, we don't have nothing called a horsefly. And them the big things. Them things.
I'll take a horsefly anytime.
Them things sting like a bee. What do you mean? What do you mean? Listen, some of the mosquitoes over here are so big. Let me tell y'all. If you was maga enough, they carry you away. Listen, 2 or 3 of them carry you away. Trust me. The ones back home are terrible, yes. You know. But as long as you spread a little thing on yourself, you're good. The only saving grace for y'all in America is that you have the winter months where they go and they hide themselves somewhere, whatever the situation is. But other than that,
But even though we have a lot of differences and a lot of culture shocks on both sides, both places are beautiful. Um,
some things are beautiful.
America is beautiful.
No. America is yes, it has a ton of beauty to it. A ton of beauty to it. But I mean, come on, when you're talking natural beauty, I mean, come on. We just said earlier in the introduction,
But
the Helen of the West, not of the Caribbean, but of the West people.
13 by 27 ain't that much.
14. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Take away.
14.
I
by
take in blows.
27.
You go say 13. Come on, man. Give us the mile now. Give us the extra mile. It's 14 by 27. Yes. For my Jamaican friends who love to tease me and say, boy, man can throw a rock over your island, boy.
Literally.
But guess what?
You can literally see the next island.
Mercy. That's only if you're in some certain parts, if you're in the north or the south. Tell the people.
But you still can see it, right? You can see it, right?
You can see Martinique to the north. And depending on, what the time of day and what the clouds are doing, you can see, St. Vincent, kind of like in the cloud, whatever you call that thing.
But understand, I'm not complaining. St. Lucia is beautiful.
Very much so. Say it again.
Beautiful.
I like when you say it. I like when you say it. I like when an American say it. Say it.
Yes, St. Lucia is beautiful.
Yes.
It's a lovely place to
And
be.
you have been to other islands, right? So compare them to, St. Lucia's.
It's smaller, but it's nicer.
Boy, she hit me with size all night, boy. Cheese and bread.
Ooh, but one good thing, I'm a water girl, so I love to be near the water. And
Let's get to that.
Almost every
Now you're preaching.
place
Now you're preaching.
you go,
Now you're preaching.
you can see the water.
Now you're preaching.
Inland, no matter where,
Now you're preaching.
you have water views.
This is where I'm happy you opened that can of worms, because that's why you're taking blows. Because when the fellas told me, yo, we're going to the beach, I'm like, yeah, man, boy, we're going to the beach, yes, we're going to the beach. I can't wait to go, because I haven't been to the beach since like back home. These fellas took me to a beach. I won't even mention the name, Isle Palms. But they took me to a beach, and when we got there, I'm like, yo, the water is dirty. That can't be the beach. The sand is tough. Okay, dirty sand. Don't listen. Let me tell you this. I have to give her blows, because she gave me blows. Okay. I love South Carolina. Okay. South Carolina gave me a wife and 2 kids. So I love South Carolina, and to all my friends who are from here. Listen, no disrespect, but cheese and bread. Boy, listen, your beach don't compare to back home beach.
It doesn't, and I can say that it does not compare.
No
comparison.
Tell them why shocked by people in America, because the water is dirty. You can't see nothing. Listen, and that's what I said. I said, boy, that's why so many shocked by people in America, boy. You can't even see. I mean, I walk in the water. You can't even see your toes, man.
Listen. Speaking of water,
tell them how nice that water was back home.
No, but I gotta back up.
Really?
Because you threw the blow, so it's time for my blow. So, we home. You can just walk anywhere you at and just go right to the bathroom.
Cheese and bread. I can't believe you're going there.
But a lot of places.
I can't believe you're going there.
Don't have inside bathroom.
Okay. Let me explain that. St. Lucia, we are still developing. Okay? Now, country people, still, some of them still have their toilets on the outside. Okay? Some of them still have their bathrooms, the showers on the outside. We get in there. Okay? It's not as developed in all areas like, America is mostly developed.
Mostly?
Well, I mean, you have some rural places in America too. You got some
But
rural
we
places.
developed
Yeah, you first.
fully.
Yeah, okay, all right,
We got bathrooms inside
all right, okay,
with running water.
yeah.
Hot, hot water too. Not just water, but hot water. Because listen, not that I'm complaining, because it was so hot there that the cold showers didn't even bother me.
The
Didn't
best.
even bother me.
Listen, the best shower you can have. Let me tell you. I took her outside. I said, "Let's go take a shower outside." She looked at me like I was crazy,
We weren't in St. Lucia.
but it was good night. It was good.
But
Yeah,
it wasn't as hot
that's
as
good.
we were in St. Croix. And the heat is not the same.
Okay. Culture shock.
Culture shock.
Culture shock, right? That's what we're talking about, right? All right. When I'm back home, right, I don't have to pay for no banana, no mangoes. Okay, my stuff is on point, nice. Okay. When I came here, I had to pay for everything, and that's when I knew, cheese and bread, boy, you have landed in America. When they tell you land of the free, they ain't talk about no food. Okay? They ain't talking about no food, people, family. They ain't talking no food. Okay? They're not talking no food. You have to spend. My uncle said this to me. He said, son, let me tell you this. When you go overseas, if you don't have money in your pocket, you're like a dog. And I'm saying to myself, but no, man, overseas, but plenty money, man. Things nice, man. What do you mean, man? Fellas come back, boy, they drive a nice car and build a big house and have nice chain and they go to the bars and spend big time money. What do you mean, man? What do you mean, man, when I have no money? Yeah, he's absolutely right. Thank you, Uncle Pasco. Yeah, he's absolutely right. When you here in America and you have no money, trust me, family, you're like a dog. But before you even jump in there, but when you're back home or in the Caribbean, we know this island people, Lucians, you don't have to have money every single day to eat. If you live in so-called country, people in the city are maybe a little different, okay? But if you live in country, you know what was our fast food back home, people? Our fast
KFC.
no, no
KFC.
KFC or fast food. No. Nah. Our fast food ain't no KFC and Pizza Hut and them junk there. Nah.
Right.
Our fast food back home was the mangoes dropping off the tree. Right? You could walk by your neighbor's house and say, "Hey, can I get two mangoes?" And the man say, "Yeah, man, go and get two mangoes." You know, your parents, your neighbor have a breadfruit falling. Imagine these trees supply so much that one individual, one family cannot consume all of it. So your neighbor pass by and pick up two mangoes. He want a breadfruit. Hey, yeah, go get the breadfruit. You know, or you have two avocados. Yeah, man, go in and get two avocados.
Right.
You know. So you talk about culture shock. Cheese and bread, boy. Cheese and bread. Let me tell you this, boy. Ain't nothing sweeter than when you can get you a nice piece of sugar cane, and chew on that. Get a nice ripe mango. She love it, you know. Mangoes. My family love it, you know. When they're back home, they can't get enough of it. Okay, I cannot gather enough of the mango. Lord have mercy. Let's not even talk about coconut. Let's not even talk about coconut. The ones they buy here, the ones you get here is what? It's a nut. There ain't no cocoa in there. It's a nut. No good. But you get
And
that
it's
ice.
so small.
You get that ice cold coconut fresh from the tree. Yes. St. Lucia nice, eh?
St. Lucia nice.
Sweet boy. Sweet. What you have? What you have? What else you have?
Okay. So here's an experience that I
What
had
you
the
have?
first time I went there. So it was time for us to go and get some water.
Okay. Okay.
So we drove to where the spring was. Now, mind you, in my mind, we were walking down, to me, in a precipice. We were walking down. Now, it wasn't a hill, it was straight down. Now, why in my mind I didn't fathom that I went down there that I have to come back up. Now, we had water to bring back up on our way back. So the hype of going down there and finding this spring and getting the water. Now he said, okay, we got to go back up. Now, I'm not a little girl. So imagine me carrying 2 gallons of water, one in each hand, and walking back up this thing. I can't do that. That was my first and that was my last time going down there. Fool me once, shame with you.
But tell the people.
Fool me twice,
But tell the people.
shame with me.
Okay.
I ain't doing that no
So
more.
the walk was terrible. The walk was bad. The hike was terrible. Okay. But tell the people how just sweet and refreshing the water was. You have never in your life tasted water as refreshing, naturally cold, right? As that water.
That is true.
Preach.
That
now.
is
Not-
definitely
preach on that.
That is
Preach on
definitely
that.
true. The
Yes.
water was so satisfying.
Yes. Preach.
But I will never,
Yes. Yeah.
ever
It happening.
take that hike again.
It ain't happening. Listen, if I showed y'all the video of her and my son went on there, our daughter was very little, so she was still a little baby. But when all of us went down there, boy, if I show y'all this video, boy, y'all pee on yourselves. Y'all will pee on yourself.
roll.
Listen, man, like Jamaicans say, yes, if you was on the side of the hill, you'd roll off. Because I'm telling y'all, listen, you should see her and my son on their hands and feet crawling. Hilarious, man. Mad funny. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So here's my last one. Okay. Was when I first, in the town that I lived, very small town. Okay. And they always called us Jamaicans. And, you know, how do I say this? It is very disrespectful when you call other people from the island the same thing. Very disrespectful. You know, I am not a Jamaican. I love my Jamaicans. I have some close Jamaican friends. Okay. But Lord knows, I am a St. Lucian. I do not take no pleasure in anybody. And what was so frustrating was these people, the same people, they would find you today. Hey, yes, these guys are from Jamaica. No, I'm from St. Lucia. Tomorrow, yeah, those are the Jamaican guys. No, I'm from St. Lucia. Next week, the same people. Dude, what is it? The only island you know in the Caribbean is Jamaica? I get it. Bob Marley, reggae music, I get it. But dude, there are other islands in the Caribbean, okay? Other islands in the Caribbean. Do your research.
Pet peeve of his.
Please do your research, okay? Yes. And I don't think it's just me. I think, and I understand where they're coming from because in their
When
minds...
you don't know.
Exactly. You don't know. And then you figure, okay, well, all the dialects are...
You can't tell the difference. Some people...
For them.
Right.
For them. They don't know the difference. But for us islanders, we know a Jamaican, a Trini, a Crucian, you know, a Vinci, you know, everybody is different. And we know the difference. When you get all of us together, you can say, yeah, it's definitely a difference. So yeah. So that is it. You know, so that was our introduction to each other's world. Again, we want you to get on our channel and do what?
Subscribe.
Yes. Like it, thing, man. You know, leave a comment.
Yes.
One world, different
Different opinions.
opinions. Yes.
See
Different
you
opinions.
later.
We link.